Hi everyone, Melissa here. Today I'm going to be doing a viewer request from comments of a previous video. I had somebody request that I do a rose quartz, like a realistic rose quartz look, which people who have been following my Instagram or my Facebook page from before I made a YouTube channel, they know that I've done this before, but it was a really long time ago. I haven't done a YouTube video for it, and the way that I would do it has kind of changed up a little bit since then. So I figured I'd go ahead and do this because I love doing this. It's so much fun. There are layers to it, and it just takes a lot of attention to detail. So for this design, I'm going to be using Double Dipp'd Swindled as a base color. It's a nice kind of like peachy pink color. And then pure pink. So if you don't have these specific colors, then a solid kind of like a peachy pink rose quartz-ish kind of color works great. And then a nice sheer pink, not a white based one, but a clear based one, which is what this is. And then I'm also going to be using some white gel polish for this. I'll be using my ASP White Hot. And I think that's it. I also have on hand, just in case I want to use it, my Pinata White alcohol ink. I did use this for the last one for the actual veins of the marble. I feel like the white gel polish is a little bit easier to control with that, now that I've learned how to use that instead. So I'm gonna see how it does with that. If I feel like the veins aren't coming out right, then I will switch over to my alcohol ink, but we're gonna play with it. So to start off, I'm just gonna do a single dip of Swindled on each of the nails, my solid pink. I do have my builder gel down, my gel top coat, and 2 layers of peel base to start. Okay, now we have 1 solid dip of Swindled down. Excuse me, I still have not gotten over this little bit of cold that I have, so I apologize if my voice starts to go out again. But we have our 1 solid dip of the pink down. The next step is going to be to kind of marble a little bit of larger pieces of white onto there. Now when I did this design before, I actually did my or not my method, but it's this I use the spoon for it, but the spoon method to marble a pink and white together that way. However, I feel that using gel polish for this, not only do you not waste powder, but you also the white just stands out better and you get more control over placement of it, which I really like. So I'm just going to be using gel polish for this. So I'm just going to put a drop down here so that I can use it with my brush. And then we're going to just start painting on some parts. Now, the gel polish doesn't marble over dip powder well when it's not activated and filed. Like, you can't get nice thin marbled lines. But we aren't going for thin marbled lines for this first layer. We're going for larger pieces, so we'll be able to control it okay. I'm also going to be using some alcohol. I'm just going to pour a little bit of alcohol into the cap so that I can work with that. So I'm just kind of putting a large piece down and then blending out one side a little. Okay, yeah, it looks a little bit crazy now, but it'll be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cure it where it is now. Okay, from here on out, we're going to be kind of doing some activating between layers. So as far as the dip liquids you're using goes, you want to make sure that you're using ones, either using ones that don't contaminate easily, because when you apply more dip-based layers over layers that have activator in them, it can contaminate the liquids or harden the brush. Or you want to make sure that you are waiting a good period of time from when you activate to when you add another layer of base coat. So 5 minutes or so, just to let that activator evaporate out so that you don't end up ruining your brush. Luckily with double dip liquids, they don't contaminate easily, so I won't have to wait that long. Okay, so now we're just going to do a layer of pure pink over each of these. Okay, so you can still see, of course, you can still see the layers underneath. This next layer that we're going to do is going to have slightly less white marbling in it. And we're also going to try and go kind of the opposite direction. So you could see that on each nail, I kind of went diagonally in a certain direction. Now for the second layer, I'm going to kind of go diagonally in the opposite. Now we're going to do a little bit more detail with these lines. So kind of draw the line out with the brush, and then I'll take the alcohol on the brush to just take it along one side of that line so that it kind of thins it and gives it more of a marble line look. Okay, and I will be flash curing each of these once I'm done with the detailed lines, just because they will start to run and they'll kind of lose their crispness if we don't get them cured up quickly. Okay, once you're done with those marble lines, you can go ahead and give that a full cure. And then we're going to do, I think, 2 more dips of pure pink. I'd say 1, but I have a feeling that once I have 1 down, I'm gonna think it needs another. Because I want to tone down these white lines just a little bit. They're just a little bit too much. But these pure pink dips will tone that down. So go ahead and do 2, I think. Okay, now I have those 2 additional dips on there. I'm going to go ahead and activate and file and shape these. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I'm going to do 1 more set of some marble lines just on the top to really punctuate that depth, and then we can activate and top coat. So we get some more of the gel polish. And once again, I'm going to be going a little bit more in the direction of the original slant that I had. I'm going for very faint broken lines for this top layer, nothing too bold, nothing that stands out a ton, but you want it to be seen. It's very thin, very broken. Okay, once you're happy with that and you've got that cured, you can go ahead and you'll just activate it and top coat. Okay, and there we are with the finished rose quartz look. I like it. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other kinds of stones, you know, I love doing stones and marbles. Anything else you'd like me to try, feel free to let me know below. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.